Hi guys. Okay, so I've been catching up on YouTube and I am really pleased that Meg let me know her new channel, Dreaming of the Dead. So I wanted to do a video response to Meg, Dreaming of the Dead, and it's a video response to her video about secrecy and why she hides her shit. This for me it came at a good time, this video, me seeing this video right now, because I don't think when you walk into my house, I don't think it screams pagan, particularly. The living room possibly a little bit more. I suppose I should probably at some point do some sort of tour of my house. Not yet. Let me finish with the Easter cleaning. But when you go into my lounge, I've kind of got I have like a permanent altar set up, but it's in an alcove, so I don't think it particularly looks like it's my permanent altar. I think it more looks as though it's a collection of hippie crap, as some of my family members might say. But then on my wall I do have a pentagram candle holder, which is really quite nice. It's a wall hanging. And then I do have some, you know, artwork around, but I don't think it screams pagan. I mean, I do tend to wear my pentacle, which I don't know if you can see. But do you know what? People don't usually, they're not really so fussed. I mean, my books are up here or they're upstairs, so they're not necessarily full in your face. And quite often we have, you know, my books scattered around the place a little bit if I've just been dipping into something. But the people that I come around, I think they kind of, they know I'm a bit of a hippie, and I don't think I've ever denied being pagan. If people ask me about it, then I'm like, sure, yeah, I do this, yeah. I did, however, in fact, on this month's full moon, I went round to dinner with some friends, and we ended up having a conversation after dinner where I did come out of the broom closet, and I hadn't actually realised that I was in the broom closet with these people. But then, as I started talking, I could see their facial expressions. And, you know, their question was, so do you believe in magic? And I said, yes, as long as magic is spelt with a K, which, I don't know, I embarrassed myself with that one. And then I went along the lines of sort of energy manipulation, and we were talking about polarity and these sorts of things, and I was quite scared actually at the time, and I was really embarrassed having that conversation because it just wasn't something that we would normally talk about, and they're also kind of like my husband's friends, and I don't know, I felt a little bit uneasy. But you know what, one of them just turned around and said, but Claire, if you can't, you don't need to justify yourself, you don't need to feel embarrassed and feel bad. If you can't talk about what's in your heart to us, then we're not very good friends. And that really touched me. I was really pleased. So I know exactly what Meg was getting at with the hiding of things, because I do think when I first got married, Philip's parents, they're very Christian, and they just think I'm insane at the best of times, and I think they felt uncomfortable with the kind of witchy things going on. But now over time I think they've just become accustomed to it, and they've realised that it's not scary, it's not that I'm doing something awful and slaughtering chickens in my backyard, and you know, but I did used to kind of have a bit of a tidy up, a witchy tidy up. But now I just think, you know, this is part of me, this is part of my decor, this is my home. if you're coming into my space, you know, if I'm going into somebody else's space, I'm not going to go and witch up their space, am I? But, you know, you're coming into my space, deal with it. If you've got questions, I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not going to get into I'm right, you're wrong type of conversations, because that's just not the way I roll. I don't, you know, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe, and there we go. We will agree to disagree. Or maybe not. But I think, you know, there are so many different parallels as well across different beliefs. Obviously this weekend it's Easter, and I found myself doing some cleaning yesterday whilst listening to a podcast talking about Passover and all of the traditions that go into Passover, and that was actually really interesting. You know, I'm going off on a tangent here, and I'm sorry, it's just there's a lot of things going on at the minute. But going back to Meg's video, okay, I don't think you should feel guilty or ashamed that you didn't do the whole pagan bride thing, because, you know, if you don't want to talk about it, then that's fine. But also, don't ever feel like you can't have your space the way that you want your space to be because of somebody else coming into that space, if that makes sense, yeah? So I don't think you've got anything to be ashamed of. I think it's absolutely fine. And if you didn't want to talk about it, it's something that's personal to you. People are different. So I'm rambling. It's not a good time for me to do videos because my mind is all over the place, and I've got so many videos that I want to do, and I'm not really focused. So maybe I should do the next video with notes. Anyway, but I just wanted to put something up and sort of just talk about that a little bit, about the secrecy thing and the hiding things. I don't think you should have to, but you know, if it makes you feel more comfortable, if you don't like someone coming into your space and it's going to make you feel uncomfortable in your own space having those things around, then that's absolutely fine. But I would say if someone else is coming into your space, then it's your space and they need to deal with it. There we go. Okay, I'm going now. Have a great day, guys. Bye.